Are you telling me that you built a time machine out of a DeLorean?
Welcome to the Raiders of the Lost Commentary podcast.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
The unofficial commentary for your favorite
Get to the chopper!
and not so favorite films.
The famous comedian Arnold Braunschweiger.
Starring your hosts Adam and Matt.
Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
Start your movie in 3, 2, 1.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back, 2018. That's right. And with 2018 comes our first James Bond film.
Yeah, we haven't done a Bond film yet. Did you grow up watching Bond films, or did you like Bond when you were a kid?
I'm trying to remember what the first Bond. I didn't watch the old school Bond until like much later. I started off with the
Pierce Brosnan?
Pierce Brosnan, yeah, Bond.
Good old Pete Brosnan.
Peter Brosnan. If that's his name.
Yeah, I loved Bond when I was a kid. I would go to Blockbuster or like the local like video rental place, and I would just constantly be renting them.
I mean, I remember playing a crap ton of GoldenEye on the N64.
As we all
that was
did.
the game.
Yeah, eh?
I played all the Pierce. I've watched all the Pierce Brosnan and played all the Pierce Brosnan games.
Yeah, eh?
That was my thing.
There's like the start of this movie. There's just like, if you look close in the background there's a calf scene coming up on this sub. There's just like porno.
Is there?
Yeah, it's funny.
This is a PG film, Adam. How
I know.
dare they get by
Also,
with porn?
see, look,
oh
see right
my
there on the left?
god!
And
Of course, you would know that.
So this-
watching that as a kid, you're just like boobs.
so this guy on the left here in the background,
Oh,
he's like, yeah, I am looking at porn. It's such like a bad acting, like a bad extra moment. Yeah, you can't hear? You want me to turn the volume up?
A little bit.
It's kind of a quiet movie because it's old.
Yeah, back in the day, people didn't have bad hearing.
No, it's true.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Quite
Not something
literally.
I just made up. That is 100% a fact. You can look that up. You can Google that. You won't find it anywhere because it's a government conspiracy.
Right. So I think this was an actual real submarine that they filmed on.
I mean, it'd probably be cheaper.
Right. Well, because like sometimes, especially back then, filming on something like that, there was like high levels of security
On subs?
on subs or planes and stuff like that, and they didn't want the like that out in the world. What was going on in there? You know?
Right. I mean, wasn't it like this is what in the 70s? Cold War
So this
still
would have
going
been
on, isn't
Cold
it?
War era, right?
Yeah. Wow, that guy looks like the mix between Walter Matthau and Tommy Lee Jones.
I also love like old spy movies. You know, it was a serious call if it was on the red phone.
Yeah,
Like he's got the white phone and then like
the
I don't know,
beige,
phone.
gray, brownish phone.
Normal phone calls on the white phone. Mid-level security on the beige phone. Serious security threat on the
Oh,
red.
see, even the Russians got
Even
the
the-
red phone. It's just a universal thing.
I love how they show like the Russian minister too, and he's got like nothing in his room.
There's nothing,
There's
yeah.
just one single random chair in the background.
And something like a little pedestal over there.
I don't know.
Yeah, it definitely does not look comfortable.
No. And this is supposed to be like the Russian like triple or Moneypenny.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. So this was always like look how fucking hairy this guy is.
I mean, he's no Robin Williams, that's for sure.
Dude, he's like wearing a rug. So you're like the thing they're trying to do in this scene is be like, oh, he must be the Russian spy that they're trying to get,
Right.
Agent XXX, right? And they they get called away, like he's getting called away, right? Look, her hands are like if she's like running her fingers through his
Thicker than her fingers.
Fingers. It's disgusting. Agent XXX. This was like also back in the day. Like I know, like Austin Powers, like sort of made fun of. Oh, but it's not him. It's her. She's the spy. That was what they did, and they do like a bad 70s zoom. Ooh.
It was her all along.
Yeah. So like Austin Powers is sort of like, I don't know, made fun of all this, right? Spy Who Shagged Me and all that. So, and the euphemisms for like all the Bond girls' names. So
Yeah. A lot of vagina.
yeah, I love this line. Tell him to pull out. He's on a mission.
Immediately.
Tell him to pull out, and then and it's how like people kiss back in the day. It's like they were trying to unscrew a bolt inside their mouth.
I was about to mention that, like old school movies, romantic movies, and it's like a lot of shaking of the head.
Yeah, that's
You
how
gotta be
show
like, hold it
passion.
together and just shake that head.
Yeah, his cabin looks awesome, by the way. Roger Moore, he's the oldest guy to play Bond.
Yeah, he was the old Bond because they even had the older Moneypenny as well.
Which is sort of funny. Like people just sort of liked him as an actor, rather because he's clearly not in shape. Like,
I mean, he's not bad. Like, it doesn't seem that badly not into shape.
yeah,
Like, when have we ever actually seen like a James Bond fully like decked out?
Pierce Brosnan was in pretty good shape, and honestly, Sean Connery in Goldfinger, he's pretty in shape.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is you're never gonna see like a Captain America, Chris Evans
No.
type of, you know,
Well, maybe now,
like
but
James Bond fully just built. Like, is even Craig?
oh yeah,
Was he? Oh God!
yeah, rear screen
the
projection.
green
eh?
screen.
It's not even green screen.
Sorry, yeah.
It's back then. It's that. But like, so the awesome thing about Bond was they actually had stunt guys doing a lot of this stuff, right? So like when you actually see stunt guys doing stuff,
at least that was a thing. Yeah, you not a lot of CG was going on here because they can't afford it. So what you see is pretty much what you get.
Yeah,
Other
which-
than like the close up to the actors, like you're just like someone did that.
which I loved, and like I wish there was more of that. I say this a lot, but like even like the stuntman that held the camera to do some of these shots to like when they're just following
I mean,
him here.
you gotta be there with them.
Yeah, and cameras weren't
Whoa.
like small back in the day too, you know? So like this guy's like barreling down a hill in the Alps.
Yeah, I mean, as cool as this sequence is, as he's, you know, skiing down the Alps, it does look kind of silly.
Well, because he cuts away to that shot.
Well, I just mean it just looks kind of silly of seeing people ski and shoot at the same time.
so you might not recognize it, but that was the super hairy guy.
Really?
Yeah. Sick. And
Like-
body checks him.
I know, but you can't not think like this just leaves room so much for a parody of it. Like as dangerous as it is, like it
but look at
kind
this.
of
Look at
oozes.
this.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
This is one of my favorite shots from a Bond movie. Because it's like somebody jumped off a cliff.
And then it's the parachute, isn't it?
Yeah. With
With
the
the-
Union Jack.
Yeah. See, apparently that was George Lazenby's idea.
Oh, yeah?
He wanted to. He I guess he's like, we should have the Union Jack on a flag from the Majesty's Secret Service, on the Majesty's Secret Service, but they didn't have the equipment.
He's not even British, right? Lazenby? He's
Is he?
He's Australian.
I've never actually. That's the only Bond I actually never saw. That and the Never Say Never Again, but that wasn't like an official.
Yeah,
Bond.
so there's like two competing Bond camps, right? There's the Broccoli, Albert R. Broccoli Bonds, which most of you know, but then
Then there was the
somebody
one
else,
made because of Thunderball.
Thunderball was another one, which is like a really good Bond movie.
But what I'm saying is, why we got Never Say Never Again was because of Thunderball.
Yeah, same guy that owns the rights to it. I forget who.
Yeah, it's something along the lines of like he wasn't happy with the product, so he decided to make his own movie. And it's pretty much almost the same exact plot. And then he brought back Sean Connery for it, which Sean Connery was, I think it was like 10 or 15 years after he had finished, after he had retired from the James Bond.
I love the like when I was a kid, I hated the intros to Bond. Like this, like
There's only one intro that I actually liked, and it's probably one of the worst. Well, one of the. I liked Tomorrow Never. No, is it Tomorrow? Sorry, the one with Madonna. The Madonna.
The one that Madonna did the intro for?
Yeah, I forget what the name of that James Bond is Pierce Brosnan's last movie.
Tomorrow Never Dies?
Is it Tomorrow Never Dies?
Oh, maybe not. Oh, yeah, I forget.
I think it is Tomorrow. Because there's two that have Tomorrow in their title. There's so many. There's what, 25,
There's like
24?
The World's Not Enough. Is it that one?
No. It's his last one. I think it might be Tomorrow Never Dies. Because he does two. There's two movies called Tomorrow. Unless I am completely wrong on this.
You could be. It's
I could be
possible.
completely, and especially in the older one.
Die Another Day? Is that the one?
Die Another Day. That's the one. Die Another Day. I actually like to see what the scorpions, and you see them getting tortured.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I was a big fan of that.
That had the really bad. Was it
Like you
ice?
clearly see, like all women in the James Bond intro are all running around naked.
I know. See, as a kid, I was just like, no, boring. Get to the action, and I would just fast forward on my VHS
I mean,
player.
they're cool visually to see, but I'm still kind of bored.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I sort of like it now. Like it's early compositing. They had to do this all in camera, you know, and that they had to get it all in camera.
Again, props to how they did it. It's just meh.
I really think that's a forced perspective set too. I think it's just like really small, and it's like close up. You know how they do that.
Yeah. That chair is there. I feel like
This room is so empty, and they just got like, was that Trotsky in the background?
it's a very like who decorates this room?
Communist, bro. Fucking commies.
I have a hard time hearing this movie.
Turn up the headphone volume.
Aha.
So Agent Triple X is being called into the commissioner's office, and she's being told that her really weird hairy husband is dead.
Because he got shot.
And she's kind of bummed about it, which, you know,
And she'll get over it.
they might be.
Like every Bond girl. They always get over.
They get over stuff really fast.
Very fast. That was one thing about the Bond movies. I feel like not a lot of strong female characters. And
You don't say?
and the ones that were are very one-dimensional. But I mean, that doesn't help that Ian Fleming, if you know anything about Ian Fleming,
So this came out in 1977, so the
same time as
year Star Wars.
Star Wars. Well, at the end of the credits, it at least in the original, it said James Bond will return in For Your Eyes Only. But due to
Right.
the success of Star Wars, that's when they were like, well, let's push Moonraker instead. That's why Moonraker came out right after that. Just
That makes
to capitalize
sense.
on that, and I'm sure it worked.
Yeah. eh? So I think what is it? Diamonds Are Forever. No, Live and Let Die. I think is the first time you see Roger Moore.
Live and Let Die? Yeah. Yeah, Diamonds in Forever is is Sean Connery's last movie.
Yeah.
Good song, though.
Diamonds Are Forever.
No, Live and Let Die.
Yeah. Well, that was they had the Beatles do
That's
that.
right.
It's also that was like the one where they go to like the States. That was a great one. We gotta just do all Bond.
I wasn't a big fan of Live and Let Die. That's the one where they go to New Orleans.
New Orleans.
New Orleans. Sorry.
Damn you with your proper pronunciation.
Well, you know, we have Orleans here in Ottawa,
That's true.
so I just call it New Orleans.
But how do you say Toronto?
Toronto without the T.
But you don't say in Canada. We say Toronto.
Yeah, we do say Toronto.
We skip a few T's.
Oh, you're from. I saw a movie not too long ago where the person was supposed to be from Canada, and they're like, yeah, I live in Toronto, and I'm like, you're not Canadian.
It's funny. It's like I don't know if we have a full-on accent. There's definitely places in Canada that have full-on accents,
Oh, you don't see.
but there's like subtle
Watch
getaways.
FUBAR.
Yeah. Oh fuck, bud. So I also love just how over the top the exposition is in some of these Bond movies. Like Q,
My favorite character.
Yeah, Desmond. What's his like Llewellyn Desmond or something like that? I think his name is Desmond Llewellyn. Like they just like show an over the top line. This is where the sub was supposed to go, and this is where it apparently wasn't. So they're trying to play with stuff, but the plot line of this is so mundane to us now, right?
Yeah, well,
But
lot of it talks about is in regards to the Cold War, right?
Yeah, but the idea of a of a nuclear submarine going missing is fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, it's just gone. Yeah, but where did it go? It's gone, bro.
might have sank. Bad guys might have it too.
It's not that big of a problem.
Have you seen that new Kardashian show? What? No. Woo! I'm gone.
What?
That's the guy who's responsible for the sub.
The Kardashians?
Yeah, he's like doing like a psych out.
Right.
Her voice is my favorite.
Dr. Marco and Mr. Markovich.
Comes up later in the show, in the movie. I also love this like super long.
It's classic of like being rich. You have to have like this giant table, which seems so impractical unless you're like having
Especially-
dinner parties.
Especially this like really young date chick is like way at the end. That's like what is that?
They do
Citizen Kane. It's very much like Citizen Kane. I think they're going for in that. So these guys are like the scientists that like designed his I don't know, radar tracking system thing. Technology.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And they I don't know, there's like a mole or something in his organization. That's how like they knew about it with Bond.
Of course.
All right.
That's the best way to have someone know information. Just add the mole in there.
The
Classic.
this chick's like just ordered to leave. She's got like the best hairdo. So this is great. I love this is where
Oh, his webbed hands. Did you see that?
I didn't actually. I've actually never noticed that. So this elevator, I love this. Ah! And it's this really intricate slide.
It's always an intricate thing, and I love what they do in James Bond. In Austin Powers of like, why do you gotta just shoot him? Like, why do you have to have all these intricate things and then walk away from something?
I know. And
Who builds these things?
and
Who are the architect? Like, is there like an evil
like
architect that just designs like bad people lairs?
You think that was like a real shark?
It looked like a
Like
real
a
shark.
dummy maybe being-
See, if you notice his hands, he's got webbed hands.
I've actually never noticed that. I don't really like stare at people's hands.
I stare at him all the time. It's like it's really something that I do. I love looking at people's hands.
That explains why he's like the sea guy. Like his whole plan is to destroy the world and live under the sea.
Isn't that Dr. No?
No, Dr. No.
Well, he has an he has an undersea lair.
He's got a lair somewhere.
Everyone likes sharks and water, I feel. In
Gotta
James
have a
Bond.
lair.
Old school
You
Bond.
gotta have a lair. So this guy's like got his underwater like
You
sort
gotta
of
think that just
hangout.
to build this set is insane.
Well, yeah. So I don't know. Like I think this is like underwater. Like it's an underwater tank. This is a miniature. Well, like a bigature. This like his like spider hangout area.
Right.
Which is pretty cool. It's like pretty impressive looking. But like you can kind of tell like it's pretty I don't know, it's pretty small. But I think this is all like projection, you know? If you look at the windows, like I think it's cuz the scale of the water to the window, I don't think it adds up fully. But it could be just like it could be a tank, but
Yeah, I feel like it's probably cheaper with the projection.
with the projection. So this is the first baddie. That's like and then Jaws.
Here comes the Jaws, man. He's one of my favorite characters. I wasn't a big fan of the Roger Moore era. I think my favorite Roger Moore movie is the Moonraker. But Jaws is the best part. I always found of the Roger Moore era.
Moonraker too. He gets like a love interest. Jaws.
Yeah,
Remember that?
is it not his ending? Like he becomes like a good guy
Yeah,
by the
sort
end
of.
of it.
Yeah, sort of.
He gets a happy ending. Is what happens.
He's
They give
less
him,
of a bad guy.
well, they give him a happy ending. He walks
bit,
out into
right?
the sunset with this girl that he meets.
Yeah,
From
no,
what I
she's like-
remember.
she's like a tiny doll.
Fun fact about Richard Kiel, who plays Jaws. Apparently, the prosthetic, his mouthpiece.
You mean that's not his real teeth?
No. One thing, it was designed by Stanley Kubrick's stepdaughter,
Really?
or
Yeah.
daughter or stepdaughter
We
of Stanley
successfully got the
Kubrick.
money.
Kaboom!
That was pretty instant. Like when he hits the
I
button.
know, right? No lag.
No lag.
Bam, boom.
I think it would have been easier to just shoot them, you know?
instead of like blowing up a helicopter.
I feel like the helicopter's expensive.
Yeah, but not when you're in a James Bond film.
No, I guess not. It's not as dramatic.
Like, have you seen the guy's table? The guy can afford blowing up a couple helicopters without even like that's just a tax write-off.
Yeah, that's true. You ever rode a camel before?
I have never rode a camel. It does not look pleasant. The most I've known about riding camels is from the movie Lawrence of Arabia and The Mummy.
You want to hear a cool story about Lawrence of
I
Arabia?
don't, but you can go ahead anyways.
So my girlfriend's aunt has like a hobby farm.
Okay.
Like they supply like horses and stuff around Toronto for like films and stuff.
That's cool.
So they bought a camel from I forget what it was. It was from something. So camels live like a long time, right? This camel was like 70, 80 years old.
Jesus.
And it was actually used
No.
in Lawrence of Arabia.
What?
And it was one of the camels that Omar Sharif rode in the film. Now get this.
Okay.
Within the same week that Omar Sharif died, the camel died. too.
No.
Yeah.
That's spooky.
Yeah. It's
That camel really liked Omar Sharif.
maybe, or he liked the camel. I forget which happened first. But like they're massive. You have no
Are
idea.
they?
They're like
I hear they spit.
yeah, it's like if they're provoked. It's like
Well, I feel like I would provoke it just to see if it would.
if you're a dick to it, like it's just like a dog, right? Like dogs bite. If you fuck with a dog, it'll bite you, right?
I guess.
But they're pretty docile. They're just
Pretty
kinda-
chill.
Yeah. But
Do they like Wednesdays?
why?
Because it's hump day. Made that up myself. Probably a joke, but
Yeah, that's funny. So
what's
they're
happening
in,
here?
They're in Egypt. He's like I don't know, like a British spy.
Yeah, discount
Guy
Antonio
that-
Banderas.
He doesn't have a stutter though. Wait, have you seen Star Wars?
What? What?
You haven't seen Star Wars yet?
Antonio Banderas is not in Star Wars.
Yeah, he is.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he is.
Where?
Have you seen the new Star Wars?
Yeah,
The
but
Last
let's
Jedi?
not ruin it for anybody.
No, it's like it's very public knowledge that he was in it. And
Okay. Where? He's one of the stormtroopers?
Really, you don't know where?
I
Antonio-
have no idea.
You've seen The Last Jedi?
Yes, I've seen it.
I'm gonna say spoiler alert for The Last Jedi, but he's the code breaker. He's the guy they go to on that planet.
He's the one that you don't meet?
Yeah, he's the guy you meet.
Well, you don't meet him.
Yeah, he's the guy like in the prison cell. Like
That's
breaks.
Benicio del Toro.
Yeah.
Talking about Antonio Banderas.
Oh, Antonio Banderas. I thought you said Benicio del Toro. Oh, I
I
misheard.
was so confused, man. Yeah, I know. He's
Antonio
one of my...
Banderas is Luke Skywalker, though.
Shit. You
That's,
know, I
that's
could,
the twist.
he did have a slightly Spanish accent.
And he does that thing from what was that movie where they're spies? They're like, no.
Spy Kids?
There's like, anyways, it's like a meme online.
I don't know, Adam. I'm not a. I don't know.
So there's a lot of stuff in Bond movies where he's just sort of walking around and investigating stuff that's not, you can't. I've always was sort of lost with some of the plot lines of some Bond films as a kid.
He's a detective.
Yeah, sort of. He does like detection stuff, but I was always just like the set pieces of Bond movies. Like as a kid, that's what I was drawn to. I was like, oh, I don't know, like the Egyptian
Yes.
part. I like
This is a picture.
Yeah. I like how people leave like certain like clues out too, like a lot. And there's always like hot chicks that come greet him, which I was always like, it's amazing to be a spy.
Yeah, it's not at all like that at all in real life.
Probably not.
No, I know from experience. I shouldn't say this, but my cousin, twice removed, may or may not be a spy.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Like a real spy, or like he just spies on people?
Well, I mean, sometimes it's called bird watching.
Sometimes
When he gets caught, okay, it's called bird watching.
Does he like hang outside of trees of like window of women?
Yeah. What? No.
He's just a peeping Tom.
I mean, he did fall down once and got hit by a car, and that's how he met his wife. But
did his son push him out of the way?
no, not this one. Not the first time. The second time around, though.
So
The
she's
second
making
time
out with
around.
him to trick him.
They're always trying to trick him while making out. You know what? I want to be tricked by being make it out.
Make it out. And then she's like, yes, kiss me.
Kiss me there.
You might get shot though.
If I just, and then doesn't he see it right in her eye?
No, that's Goldfinger.
I mean, they do that in James Bond, in Austin Powers as well.
And then she's like,
Oh no, don't shoot him! And then she kills herself, and I just love how he's just like, yeah, I'm just gonna throw her away and then move on.
throw the bitch aside. Got shit to do.
Ridiculous the way they just.
This guy looks like he never runs. The fat guy.
He's not. He's bulky.
Yeah, he's like,
I feel like he's like a wrestler,
yeah, like a body,
old school
like a
bodybuilder,
strongman.
Strongman, yeah, that's the word. Like the guy could be Kingpin if he was a little bit like taller.
Yeah, he'd be a good kingpin back in the day. I like the sound of punch wax from back in the day too.
I mean, it ain't no Indiana Jones punch wax. Those are my favorites.
Yeah, those are the best. Those are the best punch wax of all time. Look at him. He could be like,
Like the man has no neck.
the Thing from Fantastic Four.
Like, look at all these roles that this man could have had.
Look at all these rolls in his neck.
Poor guy. We shouldn't make fun of him. He's probably dead now.
He might be.
I'm just saying the guy looks cool. Okay, that's what we're saying, right?
Looking at his IMDb here, I think he actually played the boulder in Indiana Jones.
That's awful.
I love how he kills him here. Watch. He's asking where
I'm
this
watching.
feckish guy is.
Yeah, feckish off.
This is something that the Daniel Craig ones brought back a bit, but like just the subtle,
rearranging.
you know. Do his
Well,
tie.
actually, Pierce Brosnan, one of my favorite moments, he does that in the tank.
yes,
Busts out of the tank, and he's just,
Yes.
I love that scene that he just busts out with the tank in full, like, you know, everything's always done in a suit,
yeah,
in a nice suit, and it's just.
Pierce Brosnan. Like a lot of people don't like him.
He
as
was my
Bond.
favorite. He was my favorite.
Yeah,
GoldenEye is still my favorite.
The first
James
two
Bond
he
film.
did are probably my favorite. That and Tomorrow Never Dies. I think that one, like the plot line of that one, like it's like it rings true ever more today. It's like about a media mogul trying to change the like creative news, which is pretty interesting, you know. But I don't know, those first two, Pierce Brosnan, like
Those are your favorites?
yeah, not my faves. I think GoldenEye or Goldfinger is probably
Really?
my favorite.
Well, Goldfinger's the one that really brought the Bond.
It's set the
Yeah, like I think Q is introduced in Goldfinger. Isn't it?
yeah, he might be. It might be in one of the other ones. He's actually, and I think he's in Doctor No. He gives him a gun in Doctor No.
Does he? But I know
But
in
the formula.
Goldfinger, yeah, the formula of Bond and the whole like gadgets for that was one of my things as a kid. I was just like, man, how does Q know to give him like the exact item that he needs in this mission. It's crazy.
It's like Eddie Izzard has a bit like that.
Does he?
Yeah,
I just as an adult, then you watch it like that's kind of dumb.
yeah.
But as a kid, I was just so flabbergasted. I was like, my God, Q is a genius.
It's true. He gave him exactly what
Exactly
he
what he wants, man.
needed. Yeah, they never like give him something that he doesn't need.
He always, I feel like, I think he uses every single thing.
Every gadget. See, it's painted on right there.
Oh my God.
See that? Yeah.
Explain that to people that aren't paying attention.
So the big goof in this movie, right around what time is it? How far in? 29 minutes? Is that what I'm seeing? It's kind of
when he's in Egypt and getting chased by Jaws.
So he's getting chased by Jaws. So they couldn't get Roger Moore.
Sorry, Jaws is.
He's spying on Jaws, and the Feckish guy is just about to go into that into this like back area. So they couldn't get Roger Moore for a shot, and they needed him looking like he's spying on Jaws going to do something. So they, instead of getting a stunt double, instead of maybe just not even having him in the shot, they painted Roger Moore on a rock. It's like clear as day for like a good second and a half.
I didn't think it was going to be that obvious when you told me, but like it's just there.
It's just a painting of a man on a rock. It's as bad as you can imagine. Here's Jaws biting stuff. So like, even though he's got metal teeth, right? He'd still need the jaw power.
Jaw force, right? Exactly.
So like, your jaw's supposed to be like one of the strongest muscles in your body, right?
Well,
unless you mean it's my bicep.
The irony of Jaws is, it's supposed to be like this all powerful teeth and just the mouthpiece itself. Richard Kiel wore it for about, I think max he wore it was like half a minute to a minute because of how uncomfortable and in pain he was. So anytime he's smiling, you know how much like force that would take him for him to smile with those teeth on? He was not happy.
Right. I love that he never talks.
He doesn't say a word.
In Moonraker, he says
Does he say something?
He says something at the end, but I don't think it's his voice. I think it's like something that's augmented.
He's like the David Prowse of the James Bond series.
Right.
For anybody who doesn't know, that's the guy in the suit of Darth Vader.
Right. But you ever heard David Prowse's actual voice?
Yeah. I saw that documentary that he did there.
I thought that documentary was kind of bad. So.
Really? I mean, it wasn't bad. Like it was definitely
it inferred a lot.
Yes.
And
they definitely had a view on where they wanted to go with this documentary.
And this guy who couldn't help but put himself in the movie like for like half of it.
I didn't get that.
I love how people just leave like top secret information inside
all the time.
Don't
guy, you?
Yeah.
Well, I guess like in today's society, I feel like it would just be in your
phone,
in your phone notes, like secret government files. I just put that in my notes. Should have put that in a gallery vault or something, dude.
So that David Prowse doc. The other thing was for this guy who puts himself in the movie so much.
Lighting changed very much.
Well, it's at the show, right? So the lighting keeps changing. That's a gimmick of the scene.
Right.
Blade
Runner 2.
I also don't know where these guys come from. They're not with her. They're just these guys that just show up.
Does it matter?
They're like the security for this place.
It's just to show that this man can beat anybody. So what were you saying?
So he did like barely any real research about Star Wars, like the making. I feel like if you would have known any bit of information about it, the premise of that whole documentary completely falls apart.
Well, the whole premise was David Prowse came up with the ideas prior to that. Like the whole spoiler alert, the whole Vader is Luke's father and all those things. And then what I hated the most about that movie is they recreated the scene and then they weren't able to show it. I was like, what's the point?
I don't know.
Come on, man.
I don't know. I was kind of like, this isn't good. This is poorly informed.
I mean, there's worse documentaries out there.
That's true.
Back to the movie.
Back to Bond. So they're in a bar that James Bond saw a clue in the dead guy's coat. Hello, friendly guy.
Egyptian man. Oh, she just knows exactly.
So they
his
know
drink.
who
Look
who
at
each
that.
other they are. They order.
They're
each
familiar
other's
with each
drink.
other.
It looks like her dress is about to stop working as a dress.
I mean, she's a spy. She's got to use her assets, man.
Yeah,
Like her ass and her set.
her breast sets. She's like one of the, like some of the Bond girls, like they don't hold up for like beauty. She's one I'm like, whoa,
She's not bad.
She
There's definitely, there's been, I mean, we're not going to compare Bond girl attractiveness. That just seems like a bad form.
poor form.
Yeah.
But if you would rate her out of like 10,
I'm not going to do that, Adam, because I have class.
we should look at what she looks like now.
I mean, like anybody, as you can see with like your favorite, like Princess Leia. I know. What I'm saying is,
I'm not going there.
yeah. Age is not a good thing. Like, not a lot of people age well, especially like
She looks good. She looks
for her
scared there.
age. Yes.
She's 102 there. No, I'm just kidding.
Jesus. How old is she now?
She's
Because Roger Moore, died last year?
He did. Very
Yeah.
sad. I was doing work. I was at a house doing work, filming it, and they announced on the radio that he died, and I was like, actually really sad. I was like, man, that's a piece of my childhood,
That's, yeah. No, I haven't.
This guy's nose, right? I think that guy's nose was used at the start of the film to ski off of.
That's awful, Adam. Don't make fun of people's appendages.
It looks like a fake nose. Like he's gonna,
I mean, I can kind of see it.
like it's missing the glasses and mustache portion.
I mean, he's got elf ears too, but I'm not bringing that up because I have class, Adam. Making fun of people is petty.
Oh, whatever. Fuck this guy.
I mean, look at his ears, but I'm not one of those people.
So they're after the microfilm. Mm-hmm. I love zooms aren't used as much anymore, Woohoo, I'll start the pitting.
Ten a la bonk.
This guy, he's like got a telephone call, which people got back in the day instead of just getting a cell phone call.
That's another thing is watching old films like that, even movies dating back 15 years. I want to say 10 years, but 10 years ago it was 2008, which makes us feel so much older. But what I'm saying is like 15, 20 years ago don't seem like that old. Like movies from like 95, early 2000s, you can clearly see like the period piece that it is where
I love the reaction of this guy.
I just mean like a lot of the plot points in those films could have totally been avoided with today's technology of
true.
cell phones, let alone other technology. Everything's so slow, and you think like they would try to run out instead of just stay frozen and do nothing.
true.
Again, like that seems like the worst way to go. Imagine like Jaws is a full-on terrible person. He bites people's necks
To death.
and then he actually doesn't get any sort of consequence done to him.
Or blood on him.
Well,
but
what I'm saying is
he's a hired goon, though.
he is a hired goon, but this man is a sociopath. He kills people by biting their necks, man.
Yeah, it's a skill.
Think about that for a second. Like, you don't see that very often, like, unless it's No Country for Old Men, where the bad guy, the hired gun, gets away with it, like, scot-free.
Yeah, that's true. I like he puts the out of order sign on it. That's like the camp.
That's so, it's so cheesy.
Yeah. And now he's running away.
Like, I get the guy had some weird appendages, but, like, he did not deserve that.
Yeah, it's true. He bit his nose off.
Hooker bit my nose off.
You ever seen that movie?
I'm not familiar with that.
No.
Actually, I might be. What movie is that?
It's I think it's Dirty Work with Norm Macdonald.
You bring up Dirty Work a lot.
It's a great film.
Is it a great film, Adam, or is
Bob
it a film
Saget
of your-
directed it.
Sure, but is it a great film? I want to see what's the rating on IMDb right now.
Rotten Tomatoes.
No, I said IMDb, and then we go to Rotten Tomatoes.
Type it in.
Dirty Work. No, not the Mike show. It's got a 6.4, but a 7 17% on Rotten Tomatoes. I mean, it's the audience or the critics did not like Dirty Work.
No, I don't think it was very well liked, but I would highly suggest watching it.
Maybe we should watch it one day on here.
We should. I think Norm Macdonald's very underrated.
I mean, the things I know him from is the Burt Reynolds impression that he does in My Name is Earl.
Right.
And he plays Pigeon.
We
in
also
the
did
Mike
Burt
Tyson.
Reynolds on SNL. That's
Yeah,
all.
well, that's that. I knew about that, but like the only time I saw My Name is Earl first, and then I learned about
Right.
that.
I know he's from out our way, eh?
Is he?
He's from Moose Creek.
He's from Moose Creek.
Yeah, dude.
Like, who the hell is from Moose Creek?
Fucking Norm. That's it.
Moose Creek.
Yeah, dude.
That's so close.
I know.
Like, I mean, yeah. There's Ryan Gosling from Cornwall, which is still like okay, but like, there's nothing in Moose Creek.
No, dude. It's funny, yeah.
That guy's there, really?
Yeah, it's
That's
funny.
crazy. I did not know that.
It's cool. So they've stashed away in the back of this van, which Jaws apparently knew about the whole time, and now has lured them.
Yep, leading them to their
she's like,
deaths. We must run away.
He steals the keys.
Wait, it's a British car, right? Yeah. Took me a second there. Like, you can't. Your arm's not that much of a reach if it was on the other side, but
He gives him a look like, you motherfucker.
that's a cool set because it's not a set.
I think it's
I feel like, yeah, what I'm saying,
real
it's a
spot.
cool piece to shoot in because, I mean, damn. Like, if you're going to go to Egypt, you might as well use its location, right?
Yeah, eh? Which,
That's a cool location.
dun,
I mean, who walks like that? I feel like they would know that, like...
Yeah, eh? You have to go to Egypt someday.
That is a place to go, but is it not like...
It's not the best right now.
Yeah.
But apparently going to if you go to like tourism stuff, like the pyramids.
Right.
It's probably fine.
I want to bring back a mummy.
Yeah,
Is it so hard to ask to bring a mummy back from the dead?
You ever seen a mummy like at a museum?
No.
It's kind of weird. They have one in Toronto.
Do they?
Yeah. They have a mummified cat too.
That's weird.
They like cats, I guess.
They did like cats.
Not that different from today.
Egyptians, today's modern millennials.
Right?
I mean, I'm sure they had cat cafes back in the day too.
That's the weirdest thing.
Right? I'm allergic to cats, so like that would be like the ultimate worst place to get food.
I know. For me too. There's also people do like it's so unsanitary.
It does. It seems so dirty.
People do like yoga with like dogs and goats too.
Goats?
Yeah, like goats stand on people.
Medicine for goat. Speaking of cats, my family's gone to Florida right now, and we were never cat people.
No.
No, I was always a dog people, and it was always like no dogs in the house kind of rule. Like it was always like
Oh shit.
outside dogs.
Dropping a rock.
It's a big ass rock.
He conveniently punched him right in the teeth.
Ugh.
Bad move. I love that's his fighting move. He just like bumps him with his chest.
Anyways, back to my cat story. Needless to say, they eventually became cat people, which is weird. So now I'm stuck taking care of these two cats, and holy shit, do cats freaking poo.
Yeah.
Like I clean up their pen, like, or whatever you call it, their
Litter box?
litter box. Thank you.
Their pen?
Well, the thing there where they poo at, their kitty poo per spot, and like I cleaned it out like the other night, and then the next day it's like full. Like I'm talking about like more than over 10 poops.
I guess you
in
bring
there.
your dog outside, you don't realize the poo building up in
guess.
your yard.
All I'm saying is the garage smells like shit.
What douche?
Well, that was a weird cut there, eh?
Yeah, no, it was like a jump cut. And then all the stuff falls on him.
He's dead. Obviously, he's not
the-
coming. He won't make it back for Rush Hour 3.
I took care of my sister's cat one time,
Yeah,
and I didn't know that
hand.
I didn't know that cats you shouldn't give cats milk.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a myth.
So I gave this cat milk.
It's bad for them.
It's like,
Because aren't they lactose intolerant?
yeah, it's like giving milk to you. And
yeah. Make sure it's lactose free milk, Adam.
and this cat like projectile shit. Not even in the litter box, like all over the wall.
Well, I feel like because cats are dicks, I feel like it knew what you did
Probably.
and was like, you know what? I'm going to make this guy clean up the wall.
True.
And did it purposely to do it.
Jaws is like super ripped too. He's like just tearing apart this roof.
Yeah, so I guess he does probably have. I mean, the guy has super strength, so it would maybe make more sense the fact that he can bite chains off.
James Bond's like giving her shit.
Yeah, is she supposed to be like a top secret spy and she doesn't know how to drive stick?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's weird, right?
They don't drive a lot of cars in Russia, you know? It's communists.
Communists don't drive cars.
Yeah, you get like the one or two cars over in Russia, right?
One for every 10 people.
Yeah. Well, at least back then.
No, that doesn't make. She's a spy. She should know how
Know how to drive.
drive.
Yeah. I mean,
Like he's like making fun of her. Even she could have been like a badass character, and yet they made her out the like, oh, women can't drive.
Yeah. but then she backs up and smacks him, which
No,
would
but
break your ribs. But
She should have been able to do that.
and then
at the
she
beginning.
burns him. She burns him there. She gives him the shaken but not stirred.
Here we go.
He lifts the back.
Like, yeah, no, this dude's got crazy.
It's a good thing it's not a front wheel drive.
Yeah, it would do nothing.
I love when he grabs.
Ah!
Have you seen Twins?
Yeah,
When he grabs the suitcase from that guy and then the guy flips over on the bike.
yeah.
He's like, the pavement was his real enemy. I love that line.
Apparently, they're making a second one with Eddie
Yeah.
Murphy.
Oh, yeah. He's supposed to be the other twin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that thing's been in development hell for a very long time.
Yeah.
But apparently, it's actually
Eddie
coming
Murphy. Eddie Murphy sort of went away for a while.
he
Eh?
did a lot of flops, and then he just kind
Yeah.
of fell out for a while.
You know, people hated Norbit.
I liked Norbit.
I fucking laughed so much at that
I
movie.
did too. There's a lot of fat jokes, and I get it because I am fat.
It's like the titties honking the horn part.
I don't
Remember
remember that? No.
And there's also like it's like, child, I ain't got no child. That's your child right there. They're like, I don't know. It's just like dumb humor, but like,
Sometimes it's nice to just switch off your brain and just watch stupid, dumb humor. That's why Adam loves Dirty Work.
that's exactly it.
Yeah.
It's exactly it.
This seems like a very like Lawrence of Arabia kind of
I think-
homage.
I think
feel
that's
to
what
it
they're
with the
going for.
music
I think
and
that's
the
what they're
long
going
shots
for.
walking down the desert.
It's lucky that they didn't get stranded in the middle of the desert, you know?
Yeah, how lucky for them.
Yeah.
And like the guy he took off his jacket. That's all he did. Like,
He's in leisure wear.
yeah.
I feel like it's proper Bond. Like he's
You're never gonna see him without the proper
Yeah.
outfit. It's only in the newer ones that you actually really see him in like more casual wear.
Oh, that's true. So Daniel Craig's gonna basically be Bond forever now too.
He
Like,
doesn't want to be though.
Yeah, well, they gave
that's the
him,
funny
like-
thing. He's always like, I don't want to be. This will be the last one. Like I will swear, if I do another one, I'm gonna kill myself. But then he's just
And
like,
then they give
oh well, okay, I guess I'll do another.
and then they give him a check, and they're like, I guess I'm Bond again. It's like Johnny Depp in those Pirates movies.
But I mean, wouldn't you just keep doing it if the paycheck's really good?
I don't know. So have you heard that?
Hard? What did I heard?
Have you heard the sort of rumor that Christopher Nolan wanted to do Bond with Tom Hardy as Bond?
Yes, I did hear that, and that sounds like pretty cool.
The only problem is that he would probably make Bond wear a mask the whole time. Because even in
Well, Money Penny.
even in Dunkirk, he's got the mask on his face the whole time.
That's true.
He just like Christopher Nolan hates Tom
Hardy's face. What What a good what a nice catch there, Adam. What a great observation.
Have you seen Dunkirk?
Yeah, I love Dunkirk.
Man, I think I had a fucking almost had a I had a panic attack during that movie. It's so intense.
It's so. I saw it in IMAX, and it was
That's the way
it
to
was
see it.
so loud.
I know.
So good though. You feel there.
I know.
Very well done
It's
film.
like when-
Recommend to anybody who's watching this.
In
Dunkirk
the plane,
is fantastic.
when he's firing the machine gun in the plane, it's like I don't know if I was just sitting in the wrong spot in the theater, but it felt like I was being punched in the chest.
But that's the way they experience that.
Yeah.
Like you don't watch that movie, you experience that
That's
movie.
true.
You feel kind of like you're there.
I know.
But now imagine seeing a Bond like that.
Yeah, I would love it.
I would watch the hell out of that Bond. I mean, there would be like time traveling going on, and like obviously it's not a chronological
they'd be in each
order.
other's dreams.
Batman shows up at one point and is like, "Where's Iverson?"
Jesus. The
Probably blew out.
yeah. I don't know. So it'd be kind of interesting if he got to do one.
I feel like if you've kind of made it, at least now, you've kind of made it as a director. If they give you the
But look out, she's got
oh no,
they do a double cut there
I know, I
too.
just saw the double cut.
And
Damn it,
passes
Bond!
out.
You should have known. You should have known she would have used the old, sleeping powder in the cigar trick.
It's true.
You're supposed to be the guy's. He's what
This guy's like
he's a colonel now. No, he's
commander.
Commander.
Commander
Yes.
Bond.
Commander.
So
Out of the
she-
U.S. the
she
Royal
took-
Navy.
She took the microfilm. She left, you dumbass. What do you think?
Here's $5. All right, thank you.
Yeah. I forget what I was just saying, but yeah, there's no consequences too for getting like gassed or knocked out either.
Well, that's
right?
another like thing that movies make it like it's nothing, getting like knocked out or like whacked against the head. Like that is super dangerous. You should not wake up and just resume. You should go to the hospital as soon as you pass out. Like
true.
as soon as you pass, someone should bring you to the hospital because you could die. Like honestly, like there's only like a few things in movies where they actually make where they actually make getting knocked out a dangerous thing, like actually waking up in the hospital. Everything else is just like yeah, I'm just gonna knock this guy out. I mean I don't want to kill him because he'll be okay afterwards. Just a big headache. It's like no, he's probably gonna die.
It's true. I love in Bond films too, like the British apparently just have bases all around the world, which I kind of sort of believe.
MI5.
And it's MI6.
Is it? No, it's MI5, isn't it?
Maybe.
Now that's bothering me. I'm pretty sure he's part of the MI5.
Oh no, the Russian guy's there and he brought his red phone.
Like, they just set up base in an ancient,
Temple?
like,
That should be like museum. or-
right? That's crazy. He even, like, yeah, you're right. He even brought the phones. Like, where do they plug that in?
Yeah.
Where do they get the power? Like, there's lights on the freaking ceiling. You know how expensive that would be to just run power in these ancient, ancient pyramids?
It's the queen.
You got like a group of like Asians coming in, like, oh, and they're like,
What?
no, get out. This is it's like, stop taking pictures. I'm sorry, that might have been slightly stereotypical. When I meant, just tourists in general.
There could be people from other parts of
Other
Asia.
parts of the. That was awful of me. I
One thing
apologize.
I did like that Bond did, like the Bond films did, was that they sort of didn't like just make like the Russians the bad guys the whole time, like a lot of movies did, in that era. They made like just like this third party sort of like evil out in the world,
Right,
like
right.
Spectre or whatever, just like a baddie.
Blomfeld.
Yeah, just like a baddie trying to do bad stuff, I love how Q's like doing research no matter what. Like where
I
it is.
love Q. He's my favorite part of any Bond film is the thing that are going on in the background and the things that he tries.
Yeah.
Like, zzz,
cuts the guy's head off. Hopefully he sits
Like,
right
seriously,
by
are you
that.
kidding me? Like, there's no way in hell the Egyptian government would let MI5 or MI6.
I don't think they know they're there. I love that, the hookah machine gun.
And there's always like there's always the one guy that gets screwed over, isn't there? Or is that later on in the film series?
What's that?
Like, I remember watching Q, and there was always like a one guy in the background that just got the shit end of the stick.
Oh yeah, there's always some guy
the
that gets hurt.
tester.
So this is like spy off here. They're like, look at this.
Yeah,
Damn.
look at this. This is important. Look, if you look to your left, you'll notice those are papers and plans. If you look to your right, those are more documents and plans.
What's this?
Oh, that's nothing. It's just a speck on the paper.
Must have been done in a hurry. This guy's eyebrows, right?
Yeah, but I mean, you got the guy like is. I think he's the character, the actor that lasted the most in every from the beginning
he's in the most Bond films ever.
to I think he lasts up until Tomorrow Never Dies.
Yeah,
Because he gets switched out with he gets
John
introduced.
Cleese.
Yeah, John Cleese gets introduced, but Q is still there when he gets introduced. So it's either I
do
think
a
it's the one
little-
right before Die Another Day. So The World Is Not Enough.
It's like they knew he was gonna die because I think they give him a little send off. He's very frail in the movie, and I think he died during post production.
Did he?
Yeah, I'm pretty
I mean,
sure.
it's not. I'm sure it's not because he thought he was gonna die, but I mean, I'm sure he was like, guys, I feel like I'm retiring from film.
Yeah, but like he was like, I think he's in his late 80s, early 90s when they did that last shot.
Yeah, he was.
because he's old.
I know
in these movies,
I know,
you know?
he's definitely an aged man when you first see him. Let alone, what is this, 77 to like almost 30 years later.
Yeah. So I always like this this train sequence in the film.
I don't remember it.
No,
I don't remember this film at all.
no. Have you ever seen Silver Streak?
Yes,
That's a pretty good
That
one,
was a
right?
good one. I've seen my favorite though of the Gene Wilder and
Richard Pryor?
is the Hear No Evil, See No Evil.
Yeah, that's a great one, eh?
That's my favorite.
That's a good one.
They've done a lot of movies like together.
They're like an unlikely couple, you know?
Yeah, they were like the odd couple. They were like the Walter Matthau and Jack Lemmon
Yeah.
of the.
But like a real, just like different people, you know? Like Willy Wonka and like considerably like one of the best stand-up comedians of all time, you know?
Never seen any of his Richard Pryor's comedy. I think the most I've seen is what you see in Me, Myself, and Irene.
Oh, really?
That's the extent of it.
No, he was pretty revolutionary for the time. So
For me, my favorite movie is Brewster's Millions.
that's it. You know, that's something that I feel like they could redo that movie.
They could totally redo. I mean, obviously you'd have to up the millions up a bit, but
I think it is a remake. That one is a remake, isn't it?
Brewster's Millions is a remake of a previous older movie.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
It's possible.
But that could be like updated.
Yeah, it's like the $6 Million Man with Mark Wahlberg has now turned into the $6 billion man.
Right.
I mean, you got to adjust for inflation.
That's true.
But I feel like $6 billion is a lot
Yeah, but
to make a robot man.
yeah, it's true. I don't know.
But I guess, it
much
doesn't
is-
sound so good as like the $600 million man.
Yeah, there's no $600,000 man. Oh, that's the movie I want to see.
The 6,000. No, not screw 600,000. The $6,000 man.
That's what they should have done. Is like like the shitty version of it. It's like I love that. Oh, I'm in the closet. How long was he in that closet, by the way?
Staring like that. He wasn't even moving. He was just like,
Yeah.
Damn. He's so slow when he bites people.
You know, it's very rapey.
It's very, very bad.
Bashes the thing over his head.
That must be. I mean, you have to admit, like being like
Grabs him by the balls.
strong person or being like super strength in movies must be a lot of fun to just rip things out of walls and punch things.
Right.
Like obviously, like it's all fake, but it's got to be fun as hell to be like, yeah, look at me, we like rip this car apart.
Yeah.
It definitely helps the ego.
Douche. He's so big compared to
Yeah,
Roger
he's
Moore
7'2",
too.
7'3".
Just like even like look at his fist on his face.
Yeah, his hand.
Like it
Is
doesn't look
his-
real.
Yeah.
Roger Moore looks like a little kid being
He
held up by
kind
his
of does.
dad.
Yeah. I want to see Richard Kiel versus Andre the Giant is what I want to see.
Andre the Giant's bigger, isn't he?
Still, like those are two massive people.
Andre the Giant apparently was one of the most terrible human beings ever.
Was he?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Like used to just like I don't know. He used to just drink like untold amounts of booze, but he also that's bad shot, but
I mean,
he-
Jaws is dead now. I'm 100% sure he's dead now. He's
he-
never coming back. Oh, God damn it.
he just did a barrel roll. Hello? And then he just like brushes himself.
Well, I
off.
guess.
Gotta fix my tie.
Anyway, sorry, what were you saying? Andre the Giant.
Yeah,
Really?
so
Isn't
when he
there
used to go to
a
hotel-
documentary coming out or
Oh, maybe.
out already?
But apparently, he used to go, when he would go to hotel rooms, instead of taking a dump in the toilet, he would just shit in the tub.
Really?
Yeah, he just shit.
But is that just because he's so big? Like I'm a big dude, and sometimes toilets are kind of tiny.
Yeah, but still, he just shit in it.
I got a big penis.
You know how bad shit stinks?
Yeah, no, I told you about the cat thing. Yeah, it's awful. I can't imagine what human.
Yeah, human shit smells way worse.
I don't know. I kind of like the smell of my own jib. That's our eau de mat. You know,
Of course you do.
Of course. Who doesn't? When you fart, you're like, yeah, that's my brew. That's my brew, bro.
How do you do it again?
Yeah. Love the smell of my shit in the morning.
That's one we got to do.
Apocalypse Now?
Yeah. Not the Redux. It's too long.
Is it? How
Yeah.
long is the Redux?
Like
Oh, the music has started. We got the room sequence coming in.
Yeah.
What are we at? Like, this is... Oh, no, we've already had sex scenes previously, eh?
Yeah, sort of.
True.
Semi-sex.
I feel like the room has more sex scenes than James Bond, which is saying a lot.
It's true. I read The Disaster Artist after
Did
I
you?
watched the
Yeah.
film. Yeah, very good book. Highly recommend.
Something if I find a Value Village, I'm sure I'll pick it up.
Do you have Audible?
I don't know what that is.
Oh, then never mind.
I like a physical copy of things, and I'm like
No?
when I do stuff or when I read stuff or when I watch something, I need to hold it in my hands before I put it into a DVD player or I like read it.
Fair enough.
That's why I have 3,000 DVDs, Adam.
Fair enough.
That's just my way of bragging.
Bond
Everybody, 3,000.
So this car was like built just for this Bond movie.
That's the amphibious car, isn't it?
Yeah, apparently it actually worked as a submarine.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool and super expensive.
Yeah. It's
I'm sure Q is going to tell him, don't break the car, Bond.
yeah, it's I think it's a Lamborghini.
It looks like a Lamborghini.
Could be a Ferrari though.
It looks like a Ferrari. I don't know cars.
It's an Italian made thing.
It looks like an Italian-made thing.
I think they should have this on like Top Gear. Well, like the new thing of Top Gear, like the Grand Tour or whatever.
I bet you they probably done Bond film cars.
Yeah, I don't know. I've watched a lot of Top Gear, but frequently.
Do bring the car back, Bond.
So it's a British made car, but I think in Italy they drive on the right side of the road like we do in North
The
America.
right way. Ha ha ha.
Take that, stupid British.
Yeah, we don't like you. We just like your accent. No, I got no.
Again, like
I got nothing against
Bond
British.
films. They're just like hanging out a lot of like cool, swanky spots. You know?
Things I know about the British. They like magic and they're spies.
Also, this chick is wearing like kind of like
A clown
a
thing.
clown outfit,
But it just rounds up perfectly where you want it to.
like it's just it's such a weird.
It's like a Shakespearean clown bousier. I mean, it leads you right down there.
They didn't have bras back in 1970.
No,
I
they
guess.
did. They were super spiky.
They were super spiky.
You know what I'm talking about,
Yeah, I
though.
know.
They're pointy, like little pyramids.
So we're gonna get back to that man chick again. She's coming.
The man chick?
They're staying in Tatooine apparently too. Look at that.
That's the man chick?
Yeah, wait till you hear her talk.
Oh, right. The one with the accents.
The one with the accent.
Is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah.
She definitely does not look. Okay.
It's like
I'm Naomi.
she sounds like she's smoked all of the cigarettes ever. She smoked all of the cigarettes in Italy.
I'm Naomi. Well, Mr. Bond, do you want to fuck now or fuck later?
That was really crude.
It also looks like she got the first boob job ever too. I'm just roasting people.
Yeah, stop roasting her, Adam.
I'm roasting everybody in this movie.
She's pretty. Stop roasting the pretty people. Even the
Look,
guy.
the boat's got the same logo as the documents from the thing. Hi. I love that smile.
Well, and the funny thing is, she knows he's married.
Yeah, she's just like, hello.
Like I said, man, women characters, they're just there. Whoa.
You like that?
A little and a little not.
It was like a bad cut, but it worked. And then this
It kind of worked, and then they held it there for a little longer than it should have.
Yeah, but again, this is supposed to be the scale of this, right? That's clearly just a boat.
Yeah.
But
And on to the set.
yeah, and onto the set, the grip is probably just pushing the boat. You know,
Probably.
but yeah, there's that elevator too.
Hi. She sounds like Jim Carrey's. Oh my God, I forget her character. His character in Living Color, where he does the training.
Oh, like Fire Marshal Bill.
Yeah, but there's one where he plays a bodybuilder woman.
Oh, I've never seen that.
And that's how he talks.
Apparently, she just doesn't have any clothes either. She's just always. in a
Well, did
bathing
you see
suit.
her office clothing? Like, it was like just like a vest that had no sides, that her boob was just kind of stayed there.
I guess if you were a supervillain,
Is that at the chairs?
Yeah, it's chairs.
Chairs are legs. Women's button legs.
It's weird, eh?
This movie is totally sexualizing women. What?
Also, if you had an underwater like sort of hangout, wouldn't carpet be like the worst thing to have?
I feel like it would
There's
be.
a hand down there.
You think you'd get rid of that? You'd have like some, especially like those are big fish. I feel like the fish are not that big.
Yeah, fish don't really like eat people.
Like, have you seen those fish? I feel like the fish are like hand size right now. They're freaking huge.
Yeah, they're magnified. I think he like talks about that because those type of fish aren't. I don't know, like those.
Maybe we don't know what fish
those
sizes
puffer
are,
ones.
but
They're like this big. I've seen them in real life.
like some of those fish do not look that big.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or I guess they look bigger than
that one. It's not that big. Like it looks.
I don't know, Adam.
Oh, I love that. Like, arm cross.
Can you do the arm cross? Yeah, but we can't see that in that close frame. Can you just do it a little higher so you can really? All right, that's good. That's good. Now the audience knows your arms are crossed. Good. We'll film that again.
I feel like he needs to like
Looks like he's trying to hug himself.
It's like they have the accidental gangster. Like the hat's got to go on him.
Oh.
Say what?
It was definitely like an awkward.
This guy also wears pajamas. Like that's his like.
Adam, that's a rich thing. You have to have like an aquarium surrounding your thing. But are they underwater? They're not underwater, right?
Yeah, I think it's like he's sort of submerged down here.
Okay. Because it'd be even funnier if there was like an aquarium around it, reinforced, and then like doesn't matter if they're
Right.
underwater or not.
Right.
That looks cool.
Turtles.
There's like a fish on top of the turtle.
Yeah, they hitch rides.
That's cool.
Yeah. This is like, see, this is a little model of his like little.
That was probably the actual model they used for the film.
It might have been. It's his like little hangout. Like, yo, I built this under the water. Isn't this cool? Check out my shark.
Random art and
I feel like if you built like an underwater fortress, like world governments might come knocking, like, "Hey, what you doing?"
I'm in government. I'm in international. I don't. That's not how it works.
We're from the UN. Just wondering if you're stealing any nuclear submarines.
I feel like that's the first thing you'd go to. Like, oh yeah, it's that guy.
Right, like if there was an evil space laser in space right now, people would be like, Elon Musk.
You know what? That wouldn't surprise me. Elon Musk being like a villain, like a Bond villain type of character.
He also could be Tony Stark. Like
He's one or the other, really.
he's like the closest thing to Tony Stark.
Except we don't have an Iron Man yet, Adam.
No, we don't.
I'm sure, but I feel like it'd be easier to be a villain than it would be to be a superhero.
Jaws nods with his whole body. He's like, was those the people?
Yeah, because he doesn't
from
want to
the
move
thing?
his mouth too much because it probably hurts like hell. Yes.
Then
If I
kill
was
them.
that rich, I would have someone feed me. I know he's just eating himself. Like he's definitely lost some budget after that helicopter crash. Got to fire my feeder. Ah, damn it! All right, feed him to the sharks. I guess can't afford that the severance pay.
I need another blonde woman to feed to my sharks. You know, you can just feed them fish. Nonsense.
Nonsense! I paid good money for those fish. This woman I just met on Tinder. We both swiped right. It doesn't cost much to swipe right.
But I swiped down, right down the chute.
I thought you meant like down underwater.
That's what she went. She went under the water.
Yeah.
The old sidecar, you know?
The old sidecar chasing other car, you know?
The sidecar is great. No, it's a different. Is it this film or a different one? Can't remember. There's a few films with the sidecar and Bond that's like a rocket.
It's called Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, Adam.
Yeah. They're gonna make another.
Except this time James Bond rides in the sidecar.
They're gonna make another Indiana Jones.
That's right, Indiana Jones 5.
It's like
The
Indiana.
the senior years.
Indiana Jones and the wheelchair ramp of doom. But like, so he's gonna be older than Sean Connery.
Well, yes and no, because technically Sean Connery was only 10 years older. There's only a 10-year difference between Sean Connery and Harrison Ford,
That's true.
which is crazy to think.
It was. Yeah, they played his dad. But yeah, look.
Oh, yeah. That's
It's
cool.
so sophisticated.
I feel like it wouldn't work well,
No.
but it does look cool.
It's a good thing it blew up that other part of the truck.
Yeah, not the real part of the truck. It's just feathers.
I love that it's feathers and he goes off a cliff. It's clearly like a really bad dummy.
All those feathers.
Does it
and he
blow up?
still
It
can't
doesn't blow
fly.
up. Also,
This
like,
ain't Michael Bay, Adam.
but like, there's a lot of Bond stuff. Like, there's one like Dr. No. A car just goes off like through a ramp on its way down to the hill, and it's like the explosion went off early or something,
Okay.
and it just blows up for no reason. He's got Han Solo's gun there. Pew pew. They brought like the worst guns to like fire at them too.
They brought a gun to a car gun show. What the hell did he just spray him
He
with?
sprayed him with that stuff from Jurassic Park.
the Dilophosaurus, whatever you want to call it. Is Jaws in that car?
Yeah.
Jaws survived. Jaws is like. There
See,
we go.
look, there it explodes.
Cars always have to explode.
This guy, poor guy's house.
It's like the old man that loses his car in Raiders of the or in Last Crusade.
Well, then he just comes out fine. What's the matter, you?
Jesus.
Now there's a helicopter. See, that was like a real cool stunt too.
Oh yeah, helicopter
Like,
full
you had to
on.
get that like in camera, which is awesome.
I mean, you got to say like yeah, the props on
So Matt,
yeah.
you might say that girl, She has more skills than just having a man voice. She can also fly a helicopter.
She's the one flying the helicopter?
Yeah, look.
Hi, boys.
Hi.
It's not funny, Adam. Make fun of this woman's voice. Maybe that's not even what she sounds like. Maybe the director was like, "Can you do sultry?" And she's like, "Okay." And he's like, "Yeah, that'll work."
Good enough.
Or maybe she was redubbed. No, we would have been able to tell if she was redubbed.
Yeah.
She was
Although
pretty bad.
they redub a lot of this old Bond stuff.
Speaking of Star
Louis
Wars,
Gilbert. Louis Gilbert directed this.
I feel like there's not that many. It says he directed Alfie. That was a pretty big movie back in the day for the British folk.
I've never seen that.
They did a remake. It's with Michael Caine in the original.
Yeah, I was gonna say it looks like Michael Caine.
Michael Caine.
If you say my cocaine,
Michael Caine.
it sounds like Michael Caine. Michael Caine. Oh, they did it with him, eh?
Yeah, apparently that movie's awful.
Jude Law. He could be a good Bond. I don't know. I think he's got like the looks and the suave. I don't know. I think he can do it.
I don't know. What about, it's like saying Ewan McGregor.
Ewan McGregor, he was in the running, but with
Was he?
Yeah, with Daniel Craig. He was one of the ones like up for Bond back.
I mean, I want to see him back as Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan. That's the
right?
big rumor right now.
That's the rumor.
Did you read any of the Star Wars extended stuff?
Like
Yeah.
in books and stuff?
Yeah, the books, Star
No,
Wars
I
books.
did not.
There's a great, like,
Not
it was
a
for
nerd.
kids, but like I read it as a kid.
No, sultry voice lady, no.
She got torpedoed.
Boom.
This car is like actually apparently worked as a sub too.
That's cool.
So
Yeah, so you're saying there's well, I know like usually in books and novelizations of things, they expand on certain scenes.
yeah, well, it's like young Obi-Wan is kind of like the story. So it's like him.
Ah.
It was pretty good. I don't know. I liked it. It's like got Qui-Gon in it and everything, and so
It's
I don't
like,
know.
he's like the best part of Phantom Menace.
Yeah, so I don't know. They could do an Obi-Wan. They could do a couple, really.
Well, I mean the one they were thinking about they doing the Obi-Wan is not him prior, it's him after, right? Him on Tatooine, what he was doing then.
Yeah,
So I
but-
mean, I feel like that's gonna be a slow movie
is this gonna be like? I want to see him like.
in action.
Yeah, I want to see like some really good lightsaber battles.
Yeah, you're not gonna get that, and like the prequels, that's the only good thing that the prequels had was the lightsaber battles. The reasons why I feel why the original series had bad, well, not maybe the originals because I mean they didn't exactly have a lot of special effects and I feel like choreography to make all these cool ass battles.
No.
But it works in the new trilogy because of the fact that, I mean, Luke learned how to fight from people who don't know how to fight.
Yeah, that's true.
So even in the new ones, the lightsaber battles aren't as great as they used to be.
Yeah.
And I can kind of respect that a little bit. So here we go. We got a submarine car going after these little submarine people, villains.
This looks like it'd be so hard to steer this thing too.
The car?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he got dead.
No, there's blood in the water.
Thunderball did the best like underwater fight scene.
It was okay. Like the one where he's like shooting the people underwater there and everything.
There was like a little like underwater battle.
Yeah.
in that movie.
I wasn't a big fan of that.
No,
No.
I love Thunderball. It's probably like top 5 Bonds for me.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I mean, it's mostly all Pierce and I like the more modern.
You don't like the old ones, eh?
Not a big fan. Then again, I didn't grow up on them.
I think that's what it is for me. Like they are like terrible concepts and like there's plot holes.
Yeah, well, I'll watch them. I enjoy them for the cheesiness that they are,
Yeah.
and there are things that I like. Q is probably my favorite thing.
Look out for the hockey puck.
But my favorite Bonds are probably GoldenEye and Casino Royale.
Yeah,
That's my
people
ultimate.
really love Casino Royale.
I didn't like it the first time I watched it. I remember watching, I was like, this doesn't feel like Bond.
No, it's the
But you
like the
rewatch it
Bond
again,
ultimatum.
and it's just it's so good.
The intro is one of the best.
Hey, it's fantastic. But
Bond.
like, I really like that Bond, but I almost don't consider it a Bond. You know what I mean? Like it's.
Nah, it's like
I
its
had
own
to like
thing.
enjoy it as its own thing, as a remake. But
So
at the
that-
time, I didn't know it was a remake.
That's same director as Goldeneye.
Yeah, I know. I noticed that later, and I was like, well, that says something. Those are like those are my two favorite movies.
This like beach scene. It's always funny.
This car comes out.
I love the guy just chugging a bottle of wine. By the way,
They're European, Adam.
and then he's just like, "Whoa!"
You have to have the classic looking at something, looking at the booze. Like, it must be the booze, right?
Also, like, you can do anything. You could be shaving, and if you play that Bond theme, it's like cool. You know? Isn't it like the coolest, just like badass theme?
I mean, there are cooler, but it is a badass theme, yes.
Yeah, they did it well in what is it, Spectre?
I haven't seen that one. That's
Or is that
that's the one where Blumfeld comes back.
Skyfall?
Right?
Skyfall, rather. Skyfall, when they get into like the car.
Oh man, that woman never changed clothing.
No.
That must be the hotel clothing. That's her uniform. It has to be the clown lady. She hasn't changed clothing. It feels like it's been more than one day. No. Like no, that's the hotel uniform. They have to look like clowns.
The front desk bell is not a bell. It's like one of those.
That's funny.
She's riding a unicycle juggling.
Can I help you? Yeah, I'd like to check in. Let me get your luggage. Like 15 people come out. Like,
Yeah.
oh boy.
Um,
You know what? I can't hear what's going on in the movie, so I have actually no idea. All it is for me right now is just visuals. Usually
visuals?
we have like subtitles, but unfortunately for this version there is not. For legal reasons, I can't say why.
they didn't have subtitles back then.
Yeah, that's why.
It's a good thing that cigarette is. So this is where she finds out that that he killed her boyfriend.
Oh, how does he know?
Because it's the lighter or something.
Of course, he stole the man's lighter.
No, it's just like he got it in the Alps, and then she shows him a picture of her boyfriend. And he's like, "Did you gank my boyfriend?
Did you do it?
Do you know this guy? I don't know. Let me see his chest here."
This was my husband. He was gone skiing in the Alps, just randomly shooting at people, and you say you killed him.
In Russia, Alps ski you.
That's awful. Awful Russian jokes. What if people in Russia watch this, Adam? We've just alienated like all three of our viewers in
All
Russia,
3 people in Russia.
which is like half of our viewers in total.
Yeah, it's strange too because we don't have viewers; we have listeners.
No, they watch this, Adam.
I guess maybe if they.
Maybe if
They
they're
would
looking
watch
at the
this.
YouTube version of it, you can look at the.
That's true. I haven't updated the YouTube in a while. I should
How-
get on there.
Damn it, Adam! That's our views.
You know what? I'm the only one doing work in this thing. All right,
I just show up. That's half the battle.
eating your sandwich and
I eat my sandwich. I come here. That's really the only reason I come here, Adam, is because there's a great sandwich place next to your.
it's true. It is great sandwiches. I know you don't drink that much, but if you're hungover, that sandwich is like everything you need. It's got your bread. It's got your bacon. It's got your avocado.
Everything you want.
That's not even close to
I don't even know the lyrics. It just made sense to me.
It's every move you make.
every move you make. No, it's everything you want.
on that fucking sandwich.
Avocado chicken and some bacon.
I like that he doesn't notice she's a woman until this.
It's super obvious. No, like I didn't notice she was a woman with those sultry lips and
Oh God, you didn't
makeup.
Say,
You never said it was a woman. That's another thing I hate in movies sometimes is the women dressing up as man. And you're just like, bullshit, that no one can notice that this is a woman.
Mrs. Doubtfire is pretty convincing though.
There are exceptions.
Tootsie wasn't bad from what I remember.
Tootsie was okay. There were times where you're like, ooh, that's a man. But again,
I never seen Juana Man, but that was one, right? Where he pretends to be a chick.
Oh,
play
yes.
basketball, right?
White Chick is a bad one. Like those
You
are.
full on see her
clearly-
naked there.
Do you?
Yeah.
This is a PG film.
Also, this guy, when he leaves the room, he's like, it's the best. Watch him close the door. I love that.
So subtle. Very subtle of a.
Yeah, we're going to do another take. Can you just nonchalantly look? I love the name of the boat.
Lipperous.
Lip our ass.
If you say it like that.
Like Bond movies had a lot of like subtle humor that they did on purpose, right? Like they did a lot
He's
of
there. The
What?
guy's there.
What guy?
He's right there.
Oh,
Awkward
that's
eye
him.
guy.
Awkward high guy.
Did you not see he also looks very awkward. He's not even like looking at the woman.
I don't know.
He's just like, yep, not gonna.
I don't know what my job is here.
Just gonna hold this and look stern. Just tight-lipped. Just have a stiff upper lip up there, and just gonna go. Yep.
You have
Yes,
a
sir.
lip. Aris.
What? That guy looks like Justin Long.
In the background?
Yeah.
A little bit, eh? It was like Justin Long's dad.
Yeah. This whole time, Justin Long's dad was in The Spy Who Loved Me. Who knew?
Yeah.
Justin, if you're watching this as one of our viewers, yes, viewers, that was your dad, man.
Loved you in Die Hard.
It took me as I was like, he's not. Oh yeah, 4. He's in 4.
So this is the sound that your ship being abducted is.
Your ship is being abducted?
Yeah, so that Lipperus ship, which is like the baddies sort of like ship.
Lipperus.
It's like pretty.
Uh-oh.
This is a pretty cool Bond gag of how it like steals ships.
It's pretty much the Death Star, and the submarine is the
Little
Millennium
bit.
Falcon.
A little bit. That's how it like it. I don't know. Like I think they built this like just the front of a ship, and then like they towed like the top of a submarine, like a not a model, but like they put like a casting on a boat to
Okay.
get this kind of type of a shot.
I mean, it's cool.
It's a neat concept. So that's how it could like the submarine could disappear.
Because, like, that looks good.
That's a model. That's all models
Even what we saw from above?
from above. Yeah, it's a
that
model.
looked, like, real.
There's a lot of model work that's like you're like, you know,
That's the best way to go, I feel like. Old school. Like, that feels like that's a big model.
yeah.
Like, that model's got to be huge if you're shooting, like...
Yeah, it's one of those bigature things. Like it's like the size of a car, you know?
Yeah.
Like it's not small. And then this is like they just built the top half of the
Yeah,
ship.
yeah, exactly.
And then they like this is a big set. Like this is one of the big set pieces. I always thought that was kind of cool. So
Well, I mean, this is in the era of James Bond being like a very, very lucrative film business.
yeah.
So, like, they just kept getting higher budgeted and higher big. I'm curious of the budget of
yeah,
The
me
Spy Who
too.
Loved Me.
Actually.
What are we looking at, Adam?
14 million.
Come on.
I wonder if there's a thing in Google that translates like what it would be today, you know?
yeah, with what do you call it? Inflation? Because, like, that doesn't seem like a lot. But then again, this is the 70s. Every move you make, every chance you bake.
So $100 in 1977 is equivalent to $300.
$300. So what do we?
Well, $400.
So
times that.
14. Well, just add the amount of 14 million, Adam. Jesus.
Well, just times 14 million times.
I'm not doing
4.
math. Just type it in. It's
like
right there. You just type it in the number. in the amount.
Oh, I didn't see that. My wine bottle is blocking it. Here, type it in.
What is it, 14 million?
Yeah,
How many zeros?
6.
There you go. Calculate that bad boy. $55 million.
That's pretty cheap.
That's still, yeah.
For Bond. Because if
guess-
you like probably the latest Bond was probably over $100 million.
Oh, probably. Easily over 100.
But
But that's any major film these days. If I think it's like between 70 to 200 million dollars are your
Yeah.
major releases.
I think that's kind of one of the problems with
Well, because
Hollywood today.
well, the thing is too, because it's so much money, the executives, the producers, mostly studio execs want to see their money return, right?
Yeah, and that's the one thing about Bond was like Albert R. Broccoli was very involved with the filmmaking
Yeah.
process. Like he wasn't like a bad executive like you would hear about. He was very into the Bond. He was into giving the director a lot of freedom, like so it's something I don't think there's like ever been like a studio run like that aside from like I know it's not popular now, but like Miramax was sort of run like that in a way. I know it was run that way for like with nefarious means now, but like it was like
Miramax?
yeah, like the two brothers did like they were very
Well, it was owned by Disney, wasn't it?
I think they were bought by Disney eventually, but they were sort of an independent studio at the time, and apparently fucking like sexually assaulting women all the time.
The Weinsteins?
Yeah, I think it's just Harvey. I think the other brother.
Well, I just mean that like that's who you're talking about.
Yeah, it's the
yeah, okay.
Weinsteins.
Like that wasn't obvious. Like, of course they got caught. She doesn't look like a man at all.
No way.
But like seriously, all she did was put the hair up in the bun and put a hat on. Like she still has the makeup and everything. I'm not saying man can't wear makeup. I'm just saying at the time, especially in like this military type of thing, like she would stand out like crazy.
You know what I want to know? It's like where all the baddies get their uniforms from. Like they all have the same red uniform.
You think that's like they have to buy that? Like if they do, can they like deduct it off their taxes?
You know,
do you think
like-
they get taxed like bad guys? Like how do they get paid? Is it under the table? I'm sure it's under the table.
Yeah.
Is it?
They're independent contractors.
I want to see a documentary about. See that there's a movie you should see is a documentary about like minions and like evil lair minions and how they work and like just their work process. You go to Stormtroopers.
Could be like a short film about.
Could be a funny short film of like, yeah, you have the Stormtroopers, the everyday man, you have the Bond villain henchmen.
There's a lot of those just like random baddies that.
Yeah,
The red shirts.
the red shirts, the badly dubbed Asian film baddies. Oh yeah, let's get them.
Yeah, one of those.
Yeah, well, we get paid all the time. Yeah.
There's a new show on. It's only on Amazon, which I highly recommend checking out.
I buy things from there.
If you have Amazon Prime, you have this streaming. Do you have?
I had it for 30 days.
You get it's Jean-Claude Van Johnson.
Oh, I heard
heard
about
of
that. Is that where he's like a spy?
Yeah, it's like all of his movies are a cover for him being
Yeah.
a spy.
See, I like that. I like this alternate history of like someone.
It's very Jean-Claude Van Damme. It's very like tongue-in-cheek, like
It's not like
very
his other movie,
self-aware.
JCVD, which seemed like a tongue-in-cheek, and then you're like, nah, it's a pretty serious movie.
That's really good though.
I really liked it. There is the one scene, like the monologue to the.
that was strange.
That was strange. And he like goes up into like the.
I feel like that was like they wanted to make the movie, but he's like, okay, only if I get to do this monologue. And they're like, fine.
But I did enjoy the movie. Yeah, it was a very like realistic feel of like what JCVD would actually do in this situation.
Yeah. He's like he loves to party, I guess. Like he loves to like boozing and doing
Does he?
coke. Yeah,
Does he?
apparently.
According to this new show.
Yeah. No, just like for real.
Oh, for realsies.
Yeah, he just fucking loves to party. You would too if you had that kind of money.
I don't know. See, I'm not a big party guy. I don't think I would be a partier. Would you? Like, I don't think you don't do a lot of party. I mean, you'd be a drinker for sure because you're an alcoholic. But like,
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
yeah, I say that because as we're watching this, as we've watched every single one, Adam has drunk.
I've had a tea the one time.
Did you have it the one time?
Yeah. I'm just having a glass of wine or
The
six.
one time?
So Stromberg there, the baddie, is sending these subs out into the world. Apparently, too, like, you can just get, like, people to pilot submarines, too, if you're a bad guy.
You can get anything to do. Like, if you're a bad guy, you need suits. People with that everybody
You
knows.
need a big globe.
Yeah.
You always need a globe.
That's important. And that's important. If you're going to take, and then you have to have a disposition of taking over the world / destroying the world in the process and just being like, I'm going to rule the world. Yeah, but you're going to destroy it. Yes, but I will rule the destruction because I will be in my bunker. Ha 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 ha. How does that help anyone?
It doesn't.
Why don't you just grab your money and just go
under the-
somewhere, live anywhere you want to go?
You can live under the water forever.
Forever. That's the same thing. The only difference is people out there don't care.
I love that boat that just shoots out. Whee! And that's a really bad model.
Very, very bad. Those people didn't look nothing like because they looked like little wooden figures,
Yeah.
little action figures.
I love how easily Bond gets away.
Well, these.
And there's like a guys in the background just like watching.
Oh, there's another thing. There's another thing that could be funny for this short documentary on Minions. You're just like, yeah. I mean, you don't get in the way of when like I don't get paid that much. Like, you think I'm gonna try to stop this guy? No, I'm in the back cowering. Like,
Okay.
why would you try?
I don't know.
Like, you're a worker. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like most people in any job, doesn't matter if you're working for this great villain corporation, is it really worth your life? You're
don't
just a you're cog in the wheel.
Hey, you, come over here. Yeah? What's going on? I hope I don't get kicked in the face.
See, I
If
mean,
you get hit once in the face in a Bond movie, you're down.
you're down.
You're out.
Which we all know in real life, you're dead.
Yeah.
See, like, those are what, students? Or like, no, those are prisoners.
They're all the prisoners from. They have like really kind of comfortable quarters, it seems.
Yeah, I thought they were just being
They're not
taught
even-
something.
They're not even in.
All right, gentlemen, today we're going to learn maths. See, like, they're killing everybody. I feel like some of these workers aren't bad people.
Maybe like Death Star workers.
Yeah.
You've seen Clerks, right?
Yeah, exactly.
These like shutters too. It's the dome.
Everything covered up.
You stand by. Gave him the old elbow to the back of the head.
I've seen that guy before.
Yeah,
I know I've seen him somewhere.
maybe in another British film, you know.
Oh, definitely in another British film. He was a bad guy in something, and it's bugging me now.
Yeah.
He's an old bad guy.
Here, take all these guns and grenades.
And shoot anything. Like, as you...
That guy's dive, eh? That guy getting shot too.
guy's death. One of my favorite things of doing in movies is always looking at like background actors
Yes.
and things are the funnest thing to look at.
Bad. There's the one black guy in the movie. You see that?
Yeah, I did. Because yeah, the background actors are the best because they can get away with so much shit.
It's true. They can kind of ruin scenes too.
So like the lower the lower the budget on a movie, I find the worst extra actors are, which I mean makes sense. Especially
True.
like
It's hard to get good extras. It's hard to get extras in general.
in general. So imagine like bad TV show low budget extras are just they're not very good.
No, it's true. I hope our Jeep doesn't blow up. That guy knew the Jeep was going to blow up, right? He's like preparing.
Yeah, he's getting ready to jump. Those guys jumped into the fire. Did you notice that?
No.
They're like, oh, we're gonna jump in this explosion. Like, I'm sure people got hurt. Like, you got explosions and like so much chaos in these huge movies.
Yeah, that's true.
You're so surprised that no one gets hurt. Like, it's
true.
crazy. That guy.
Get
The
his
guy that
arm
just,
blown
yeah,
off.
the guy that just blew
There's a
up.
lot of like death and destruction in this movie.
That dude, I swear to God, I've seen him in something.
Not a grenade.
It's time to go.
Yeah, it blows up in the water. There's a lot of grenades, eh?
A lot
Like,
of grenades. Everybody's just loving the grenade. Like, that's just a lot of chaos.
It's true.
Especially, like, imagine, like, obviously on paper, it's just like,
He throws a grenade.
yeah, henchmen throw grenades, good guys throw grenades, Bond is there in the process shooting people, like, massive thing. Cut to next scene.
Hello?
But, like, shooting that must have been like, all right, shit. Okay, so we got, like, you're going to
Yeah, it
throw
probably
that
took
there.
forever.
Boom,
Probably a lot
that's
of
going to
second
blow.
unit. Bond's famous for like a lot of second unit stuff. I love
sure.
this scene. It's like this guy's like, leave it to me. And then like they make him out like he's gonna be this badass, and he gets two people to go with him. That guy getting shot at the top too, and they walk up to here, and he's like,
That's
just
it.
get like shot, and they get flamethrowed, and they're like, oh, that sucks.
Yeah, classic.
And he's like, I was friends with him.
Well, I mean, the only reason they did that is just to go like, hey, audience, it's dangerous to do that. Now Bond's going to have to
Exactly.
find a way to get around.
We'll never get through it.
What's his name? The character. 'Cause he's
What?
American, right?
He's not Felix Leiter.
It's not Phoenix Leiter?
No, Felix Leiter.
Oh, Phoenix Leiter's like a bigger guy. Yeah.
Felix
Or-
Leiter. He's like a character in a lot of movies.
He's played by different actors.
He's
'Cause he's
in-
played like by the bigger guy in like GoldenEye.
Yeah, and he's also in which one is it? Quantum of Solace, I think, and it's
No, he's in Casino Royale.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, he's played by I forget his name.
but he's in. Oh, what is his?
Felix.
He's in what's that other movie he's in?
Source Code.
Jeffrey Wright.
I just know him from Source Code. I'm pretty
No,
sure he's
but,
from Source
but he's
Code.
in Westworld. That's what it is.
I have not seen it.
No,
No.
highly recommend.
Oh, it's on my list. Like it's based off of Michael Crichton film, which I have not seen. But like,
we should do the original Westworld movie.
I've been wanting to see it. I mean, it's pretty much Jurassic Park, but in the Wild West.
Kind of, yeah. There's other parks in the movie.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen The Simpsons.
It doesn't. Yeah, it's the Itchy and Scratchy
It's the
Land.
Itchy and Scratchy Land. Yeah, I've seen that, and I was familiar with it when I saw it. 'cause
So
I was-
okay, wait. This whole thing,
Yeah.
like him taking apart the nuclear bomb, he can't touch the edges. It's like he's playing Operation.
yeah, pretty much.
My mom bought me Operation for Christmas too. With 32-year-old man.
You got this year?
Yeah, she bought us that.
Was it something you wanted?
I didn't ask for it. I never asked for anything for Christmas.
No. Were you pleasantly surprised?
I played it.
Was it as fun as you thought it was as a kid?
No, I sucked at that game.
Really?
Yeah, I was so bad at it.
I always liked it, but it always scared me because it's like, ah!
Yeah, right. It gets you every
It gets
time.
you every time. It's like a snake bite. What a weird thing to. You never got
many
bit
times-
by a snake. You're always like,
No.
ah!
No, never got
You
bit by a
got me
snake.
again, snake.
Were you just like provoking snakes in the
Well,
backyard?
I mean, we grabbed one time. We're like, we should take a picture with it. And I was holding its head, and obviously I got bit because I was holding its head.
Yeah, fuck snakes.
We saw one in Florida that was like in the door, and it's kind of it was one of the ones that are hard to tell if it's the poisonous ones or it's just like a regular grass snake because they're
See any gators?
we did not there was some in like the
Did you ever go to Gator World in Florida?
Gator World.
Yeah, it's like just I don't know if it's still there, but like I remember going as a kid, and it was I loved it. It was just a bunch of alligators, just like in this park. You go see them.
I mean, I've seen alligators. I don't know if it was called Gator World.
Yeah, it's just a park called Gator World. It was the best.
I'm not sure. It's been a while.
Where'd all these people go, by the way? Like everybody's just gone now.
Well, obviously they like. You think all the henchmen are going to stay around?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I just feel like they're not paid enough. It's not worth your life ever to risk your job, like your life
Also,
for a
like
job.
nobody knows who this baddie is, right? Like they're all like, well, like
He's just some strange millionaire man
Like the
who
top,
just built
like
the.
Americans, British, Russians, they can't
No
figure
one
out who
know,
this
yeah.
is. But meanwhile, this guy's managed to hire like
Yeah, exactly.
a department store full of people.
Like, what did
on
he
his
do?
boat.
Is there like a specific like evil lair corporation that just like it's kind of like job like
I don't know.
like a job fair for evil lair? Like, yeah, it's like, you know what? After high school, I want to join like
This like camera thing he rides, it looks like that torture device from
Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, this just looks silly.
See, but if you play the Bond music,
I feel like that was the only reason. Like, man, it's gonna look silly. Yeah, but play the Bond, and we'll get away with it.
it.
We don't see him because he's on top of the camera. Guys, he's on top of the camera.
Probably just drop him. It's the most like high, like I don't know, like extravagant, like 360 camera.
Yeah, if you think about it, like the first original 360 camera for your. I love that the music literally stops as he
As
pulls the cord.
thing.
I lost the
Stopped
bleeps,
it.
the bleeps, and the creeps.
So we built a bomb out of like the detonator for a
Yeah, I
nuclear
know.
bomb.
This is it's such a slow back.
It doesn't work. It's not working.
You're gonna have to drop, Bond. I know you're stuck up there. This is not good.
He's like clearly just standing on a box too. Like,
I mean, come on, he's got upper strength. We saw his body.
have you tried turning it on and off again? Kaplooey. And he's gonna get in just in time.
Like, no one. There's no way no one heard that. Did you hear something? Yeah, I heard some slight. My God, where do those guys come from?
Yeah, I know, right?
They're like cockroaches.
It burst in.
But grenades again, man. If it worked
guy-
the first time, we'll throw more grenades at them.
The guy dressed as a painter. This guy, like, too, like, this is dying moment.
He's got a fish on top of his hat.
You know what's the worst death scene in a movie? Talia in The Dark Knight Rises.
I don't remember her death. Like, it's the one where she's like sitting on the.
She's like in the truck.
in the truck.
I think that's where she is, but she just dies. She's like,
Really?
it's the worst death in a film ever.
That you say? I'm sure there's worse death. Like henchman deaths are pretty.
Tommy
bad.
Wiseau's death in The Room is better than her death.
Tommy. I mean, it's all great, but like you're supposed to be dead. Why you say cut?
I think James Franco should be up for an Oscar for that.
He won the Golden Globe.
Yeah, but they don't count.
I saw like a Jurassic Park meme, like Golden Globe winner. We got a Golden Globe winner over here. See, nobody cares.
It's funny how like it's like even the Academy Awards. I don't know. After Life of Pi won for best cinematography, I'm like, oh, nobody's watching these movies.
What? You never seen Life of Pi?
Well, that's like the movie that's all shot on green screen.
It's a good movie, man. Have you not seen it?
Yeah, but it won for best cinematography.
It's all a green screen they shot it on,
Yeah,
but it looked really good.
yeah. It should have won for best CGI. Is what it should have won for. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but maybe it looked so real that they just, I don't know, Adam, I don't know enough about cinematography and the way they filmed Life of Pi to
I love how
really,
he types like just the old like 2-finger index. Like that's how my dad types.
that's how I type. I remember they tried to teach me like the proper typing form. I was never able to do it with like the pinky. Like I never was able. It's also the reason why I don't play guitar. It hurts my fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got weak fingers.
Do you think they'll develop keyboards in the future for like people to type all with thumbs?
You could say, what, you're all thumbs?
Well, because everybody's learned how to type with their thumbs.
I feel like, Adam, if you're thinking about it, man, that's one hell of a globe.
So they built this globe to be able to animate too, right?
Like that's like there's no way that this globe can animate that. Like
Yeah.
even in today's technology, it doesn't make sense.
And they fire the missiles and they give them each other's targets.
yeah.
And they just miss.
No. But they should be able to destroy each submarine, right?
By the way, they're just like completely fine with setting off nuclear weapons in the sea.
It's like, again, let's bring back Dark Knight Rises.
The nuclear fallout.
In Gotham? Like,
Yeah.
it's like I'm like what, a few miles out of Gotham?
Yeah.
Like their oceans are screwed wherever they are. Like
Yeah. It's so bad.
it's bad. But Batman survives? Come
Somehow
on.
he survives. That's, I don't know. I'll forgive that like franchise forever after the atrocity that is
DCEU.
of the DC universe.
I mean, the extended Batman v Superman isn't as bad as the theatrical cut.
That's fucking terrible. It's all. It's terrible.
I never saw the theatrical cut, but I had a discussion after I saw the ultimate cut, and I was talking about it, and I'm like, it doesn't seem that bad, and then I talked about it, and they're like, what lady? And I'm like, yeah, the lady, no, it's an important plot. And he's like, yeah, that wasn't in the theatrical. I was like, that's not in the theatrical cut.
Oh,
I feel like that's a very important part.
it's bad.
I saw Justice League.
Yeah, people seem to forgive Justice League. I didn't like it.
It was okay.
Yeah, I did. I don't know.
It was okay. What did you think of Force Awakens?
Force Awakens?
Yeah.
Or The Last Jedi?
No, you heard me right. Damn it.
Force Awakens?
Yes. Yeah, I meant The Last Jedi.
Yeah, I don't know. We should do a short review of The Last Jedi. Like we should do like short reviews.
Yeah, let's do that.
Not now, not at the end of a
Let's do it right now at the end of this movie. The Spy Who Loved Me, also featuring a short review for The Last Jedi. That's how you get your views, Adam.
It's true.
The next one we can do Jumanji.
Have you seen the new Jedi?
Yeah. I liked it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It looked fucking like garbage.
You haven't seen it?
Looked like hot garbage.
You can't say it until you've seen it.
Yeah, I don't know.
It may have looked like garbage, but I enjoyed it.
I don't know. I almost just don't want to support it.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I liked what they did. They did their own thing, which I can respect.
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed it for what it was, and I had a lot of fun watching it.
Yeah, that's all you...
Jack Black, best role he's done in a while.
Really?
Oh yeah,
He hasn't been in anything in a while.
He's definitely one of the biggest points of the movie. It's also a good video game spoof. Because like the plot of the movie is also the plot of the video game itself that they're in, right? The Jumanji, and it's such a simple plot, but it's parodying stupid plot points of like, yeah, just get this to the end, and like, you finish the game, and you're like, that's like that doesn't seem like how it would work, but they play it so off.
Oh, maybe I'll check it out.
You
On
don't have
video.
Yeah, or other ways, Adam.
I think you would pirate movies a lot more if your internet connection was fast and where you live.
Well, shit. One of the biggest reasons I had 3,000 DVDs, Adam, is due to the fact that we couldn't even get Netflix.
No?
No, that's how bad the internet was.
Huh.
I mean, it wasn't until later, but by that time, I was already hooked. I was hooked on the buying of the DVDs, Adam. It's an addiction. It's a drug.
I used to buy a lot of DVDs too.
I even started to like get rid of my DVDs and just go for the Blu-rays. And now I'm thinking of going for the Ultra 4Ks.
Go for VHS.
That's coming back, I hear. The millennials are really loving the VHS. You know what? Screw that. I'm gonna go with the before the VHS. Laserdisc.
I'll show you something after VHS wise. You'll like it.
You ever go back to Laserdisc?
I've never watched.
Giant
I have
DVDs.
I have a friend that has a bunch of laser discs and he loves
They
it.
seem so impractical.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, one, they're huge.
Apparently, the quality is quite good. It's like,
The quality is about the same, slightly higher than VHS.
yeah, but apparently it's close to like DVD, like on a good,
Really?
yeah, on a good looking thing. And the Laserdiscs were like a nerd thing to have back in the day because
Yeah,
you could
I know
listen to the
that.
commentary tracks and stuff like that.
Too bad VHS won out like the Blu-rays of the time.
Yeah, it's true. HD, DVD, and Blu-ray though were virtually identical.
I know.
That's the thing. So
One of the did you know one of the things that HD DVDs you can actually play an HD DVD on a regular DVD player.
oh really? Like it
They
would just,
never sold that. Like they never promoted the fact that it can do that. I feel like if they did,
they could've-
we'd be looking at a different.
I guess like the narrative, like people always say now is just like porn shows Blu-ray. That's why. But I think I think the PlayStation had something to do with it.
You think?
Yeah, because I think there was a major influx of people owning PlayStation. Was it 3? And then
The PlayStation 3, yeah, is that they had the
could
Blu-ray.
play the Blu-ray. So I think
And I remember when the 360 came out, and there was that adapter that you can play the HD DVD. They backed up the HD DVD.
yeah,
player.
you needed something.
It was
extra.
it was a specific like.
So I think people buying systems at the time were like, "Fuck that! I'm just gonna get this," and I don't know.
Oh, is that the jet ski?
Yeah,
That was not a thing back in the day.
I guess not.
This
eh?
is like they call it the wet bike, but that is one of the,
The what?
it's called a wet bike. Like that's what it says on the side. But that's one of the primary beginnings of what is now known as a jet ski.
It's true.
Interesting. But cool, man. Jet skis are fun.
Yeah, I've never really
Ridden a jet ski?
Well, like when I was a child, but I haven't been on one in a long
Oh
time.
yeah, we got to just get the cottage.
Yeah, like
It's
it.
fun. Yeah, well, like I mean, it's not something you do like every day, but when I go out there, you know, if I'm like, it's a nice day, I think I'm gonna go like jet skiing for like an hour or so. It's fun to like get behind like the giant like oil tankers that pass by, and you get right behind them and get like the freaking wake.
Do you get like tow people behind it and like tubes?
I think you can.
Yeah, that's what I remember doing all the time. My dad would tow me and my friends on the back. Like,
I'm just too fat.
see, I'll go with you, and you can tow me.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
can try and flip me off of it all the time. It'd be fun.
Perfect. It's a date.
See, James Bond thought of the hole in the floor. Damn it! I knew I shouldn't have put that ledge.
Didn't see that coming, did you?
How did he get this table in there? By the way, like he's only got an elevator to get
That's
into.
true. You got to think of that. I've never looked at movies that way. I've never looked at like this room and how in the hell did they bring that furniture? Especially like after moving a bunch of times, you realize how impossible it is to move things. And then you're like, I swear to God, it could fit the like. I feel like it would fit down here, but why is it not? Like I have to bring down like the. This feels like the Star Wars scene, the Cantina Han Solo Greedo scene.
A little bit. I hope there's not a gun under the table. Pew!
Jesus,
It's a rocket gun.
Yeah,
I love how he could shoot him any other way, and he chooses to shoot him through the pole like that.
which I feel like is the worst. Oh,
Right in the dick.
right in the penis.
Two in the dick.
in the penis.
And a third in the
no.
face. And a fourth.
Oh God! Oh, that hurts. That's smart.
My lunch. So, like, you thought this movie ended?
Yeah, I thought
with,
so. I was so sure it was
with the
done.
boat with the boat scene. No, he's got to go save the girl.
And get rid of the bad guy.
Yeah, he killed the baddie, but
Again, most like, and
Not
yet
Jaws.
Jaws is one of the only villains that makes it.
that's true.
It's weird to see that in a movie, like a Bond film, especially. Again, you think
Shoots
in
him
the
right in the
teeth.
teeth.
Why?
Oh, he's out of bullets.
Like Bond, you're a master marksman, and you're gonna shoot the guy in the teeth?
Man, I don't know.
Come on, man. I taught you better than that.
Jaws knows all the secret passageways places too, right?
He's only been here like twice.
That like it's such like a bad set piece. Like you can clearly
It's like
tell.
wobbling and stuff.
Yeah. So they're in the Shark Tank now.
Yeah, classic.
So this would have came out the same year as Jaws too, right?
Is it
77
77?
is
Is also
Jaws.
Jaws.
So like
Which
They
one came
made-
first? Because I know Jaws was one of the main primary beginnings
I think
of the main primary beginnings of like the summer blockbuster.
Yeah, so I think like Spielberg's Jaws came out first and then this. So because like they make like some shark Jaws jokes right now.
Do they?
Yeah. Also, this is a genius bit that like they use it. Like I don't know why there's just a giant magnet in this room. It's never explained why.
A
there's
giant magnet in the shark room.
And then he's like, huh?
Like you would
What is
definitely be
that?
able to tell that. Oh,
It's the equivalent of like, what's that? You know?
What the hell is that?
It's a pretty great stunt, and you can clearly tell it's not him. It's a great line.
How's that great?
He's like operating like, you know, like you go to the movie theater and like the the candy thing.
Uh-oh. Bottom.
Bana.
Bottom.
It looks like he's fighting the shark too.
He bites the shark, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Like any good. Well, I mean, his name is Jaws, and he fights a shark, Adam.
Yeah, it's true. That looks like a rubber dummy. That looks like a real shark.
It does look like a real shark.
But I don't know, like people like kill sharks too, like they're like endangered.
Yeah, it does look real.
So I don't know.
Would you? But like that guy must have been paid a lot of money. Actually, probably not.
They don't like they're not as dangerous as people think they are, you know.
But I mean, if you're wrestling it,
Yeah, I wouldn't wrestle a shark.
right? Exactly. Did you
love-
change?
That's the thing. Like the baddies in the Bond movies always like dress like the women
They do.
that they kidnap. Like
It's
hot,
like
too.
Belloc with the dress.
a little bit.
Why, Belloc? Why?
A little bit. That's a great scene though. You ever heard like the Karen Allen, right? And him talk about that scene, right? Like she has no reason to put on the dress,
Yeah.
but like she does it anyways to hide the knife. Like I don't know. I've always liked that scene.
It was an okay scene.
Yeah, whatever.
It's not my favorite.
I love to like. It's clearly they just move the camera to the side. So
Yeah.
they're exploding this thing, and conveniently the escape chamber is like right there.
But it's not working.
It's a good thing Knives Chow is in there to stop them.
Like, yeah, seriously, like, I'm pretty sure that's not what she looked like earlier.
No,
Like, they changed her. Like, and it's probably when she
they
was
put-
passed out.
They put her in this
holy
thing.
moly.
It's just like the make your boobs.
They are
shove
really
it.
making them pop out. Like, see what I mean? This is my point exactly.
That was Bond movies, man.
I know, but it's just so bad.
Nah, that's what it is now. It's what they did back in the day.
They still do that in this day.
Yeah, sort of. Gotta sell them.
Yeah,
Put butts in
sex
seats.
sells. That's a number one thing when it comes to movie, man. Sex is always pretty much sold.
It's true. Shoved up boobs, Adam Driver's nipples.
You're shirtless. Hello. Is it just me with in that scene? It just looks like he had like a tiny little head to this giant body.
Yeah, I don't know. It's strange.
It's an odd scene. I liked it.
I like this guy's escape chamber too. What do you want your escape chamber to look like?
Make it look like a thermometer, or like a piece of. Make it look like a piece of board game. I want to play Trouble afterwards. That's the one where they just
Can I have
do
booze in there too? Like if I'm gonna be stranded, I want to get drunk.
it. Like seriously,
Do you want any food in there? Nah.
just booze.
Just a big bed and some liquor. Uh-oh.
Oh,
But now
put it-
she's got the gun because she promised to kill him.
She did.
That
Why
bad,
kill
so
now when we can make love?
It's true. And then she explodes the bottle. Final crest. Don't kill me.
Please. Just him begging for his life.
It's like
Please don't
in
kill
True
me,
Lies
no.
when he's like begging.
Yeah.
Small dick.
Come on, man.
He gets out alive.
Alive. Give me a
He
break.
just swims into the ocean.
And the worst part, he makes it alive.
Yeah. You think he would sink with those teeth? You know?
They'll never know, darling.
They'll never know.
Well, of course they'll know. The whole
But
freaking Navy could
here's-
show up.
The British Navy.
They always, I feel like it always ends the same way. Like they always like, oh, he's just having sex with someone. Well, that's awkward.
Love how this movie ends. It's
But
very,
like
it's
all
very
of them,
silly.
end, I feel like most of them end this way.
The way this movie ends is very silly. There's also just a truck down there.
Like they would have noticed that. If they can hear them through the window, they would have heard like the giant door open. James Bond apparently.
Watch this. It's just like show tunes.
But what I'm saying is, I feel like James Bond's weakness is sex.
A little bit.
Literally,
yeah.
like if but for some reason it never works until the ending. So in order to get Bond, you have to think he's defeated you, and then have the woman seduce him because he won't be able to hear anything, as clearly made canon by The Spy Who Loved Me. And then that's when you just take him out.
I love the Arab beauties. That's how they're credited.
Arab beauties, none of them Arabs.
Yeah, I don't know. They would be. There's the one scene that's like they're supposed to be. But anyways,
All right. Movie's done. James Bond theme by Monty Norman. Never heard of him.
yeah.
What do
I
you
think
think of
that's
the
the
film?
original. Down now. No,
Yes.
that's who wrote that.
Oh,
yeah.
location in Canada as well.
Yeah. I don't know what they filmed in Canada actually. Maybe some of the stuff in the water.
It's possible. We have nice water.
Yeah, I don't know.
So, film, what do you think of it? This one of
Parks
your favorites,
Canada. It says Parks Canada. Maybe they just like filmed some of the forest scenes. I don't know.
Who knows?
It looked like the Swiss Alps. Maybe it was Vancouver.
Possible.
Yeah. Oh man, I love all these old Bond movies. I forgive it for all its terribleness. Like it's silly. Like I
See?
can.
For your eyes only. But the
But-
next one was Moonraker.
But it was Moonraker. They lied.
Boom.
Yeah. So I don't know. I loved it.
It was okay.
That's my. That's
It's definitely not my favorite. Still my favorites. We know what it is. Bye.
That's it, man. Game over, man. Game over.
Thanks for listening. Be sure to subscribe, rate, and review the podcast. And be sure to follow us on Twitter at Lost Commentary, on Instagram at Raiders of the Lost Commentary, and like us on Facebook.
I'll be back.